Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all. My name is Fatin Nurdana binti Syami. So today I would like to present my paper titled Development and Effectiveness of Transistor Kit as a Teaching Aid in the Field of Measurement and Geometry on the achievement and interest of Form 2 students. So while I'm writing this paper, I was assisted by Shazi Miliana Shahrudin, Mazlini Adnan and Murugan Raju. So for introduction, the use of teaching aids in the teaching and learning process is vital for teachers to ensure that the delivery of information related to the lessons is clearer and systematic and can be followed by students better. The teaching and learning process needs to be conducted in an interesting way so that students' understanding can be improved. Aliza 2016 stated that the fact that needs to be accepted in the 21st century, chalk and talk teaching methods are no longer relevant. Therefore, teachers need to be creative and innovative to make the learning and teaching process effective. This statement is also supported by Faiza 2009, where the lack of use of teaching aid in the teaching and learning process among teachers causes the learning environment to be bland. In this study, the field of measurement and geometry was chosen because the field of measurement and geometry are the most principal topics in the examination. The TIMSS National Report 2019 also stated that the test times reserved for topics under measurement and geometry are as much as 30%. Moreover, the TIMSS report also affirmed that the achievement in geometry in mathematics of primary school students in Malaysia is less satisfactory compared to primary school students in Asia Pacific countries. Faizal et al. 2017. Despite the average student still having difficulties in applying formula and a lack of understanding of theorems, most students generally still face difficulties in understanding problems in mathematics. Sholeha et al. 2017. So my objective is what are the core competencies that support learning using teaching aids in the field and syllabus of lower secondary mathematics geometry. Second is what are the variables involved in learning using teaching aids in the field and syllabus of lower secondary mathematics geometry. Literature review, Jasmine et al. 2011. Teaching aids serve as a facilitator for teachers to improve an effectiveness of student-centered. Ahmad and Afero 2016. Interest can be determined a student's achievement either in terms of excellence or backwardness in the subject of mathematics. Che Nizam, Saratul and Asmayati 2016. Teachers need to be more creative and innovative in implementing learning and teaching so that students can learn and master knowledge better. Nor Erna and Leong 2014. Students are interested in the subject of additional mathematics because of the teacher's teaching. This is based on a study conducted by Nor Erna Leong 2014, which demonstrated the relationship between students' interest in the subject of mathematics and their achievement. When the students show a high interest, their achievement in the subject of mathematics was also high. If students had a negative attitude and were not serious about the subject, their achievement were also affected. Muhammad Faisal Nizam Lee Abdullah and Leo 2017. Students could not identify a geometric shape in question as they were still confused about its features. For example, some students were still unfamiliar with the names of shapes such as unable to distinguish a cube from a cuboid. Ahmed Yannick and Tuba Ada 2013. His study showed that students had problems in understanding and classifying the relationship between mathematical meanings. Therefore, the study focuses on the use of teaching aid in the form of software used in solving problems faced by students. This proved the importance of the role played by teaching aid in helping students to understand a topic comprehensively. For the development of this teaching aid, the model used is the ADDIE design model. The ADDIE model has 5 phases that can be used to plan systematic lesson. ADDIE stands for analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. Aspects that will be analyzed include targets or users, learning styles, software, development objectives, learning problems, and lesson content. Noor Aisha Fadil, 2005. Various methods of technique can be done to determine the problem, such as interviews. Consequently, the problems identified will be used to find causes or factors that cause the problem. Ritchie and Klein, 2007. Design and development studies are systematic studies on the design and development and evaluation process with the aim of shaping a product. The construction of this transistor kit use summative assessment to see if the quality and effectiveness can really improve the level of understanding of students after using this kit. 20 articles were reviewed and scrutinized. Themes and subthemes were identified accordingly by reviewing the article abstract, followed by reading the full article. Using qualitative content analysis, themes were identified in 20 articles related to the development and effectiveness of the transistor kit in the field of measurement and geometry on 2 variables for lower secondary students. Researchers use systematic analysis to identify the findings of past studies by grouping findings based on similarities or relevance and categorizing them. Adams et al. 2021. This is the 20 identified articles that have been analyzed. The article title, such as the article title, Digital Game and Mathematics Learning Mathematics Quiz Shooting Game. Author, Adib Muzaki et al. 2021 from journal RIT VET. This article identified in Malay and English language. This is the article also. Considerations and some improvements have been made to the 20 selected articles. The researchers reached an agreement to determine the themes and subthemes based on the identified articles. Moreover, the variables were identified based on the study of full articles. Findings. The findings in this section obtained through the systematic review process described above were divided into 3, which is learning using teaching aids, learning mathematics, fields of measurement and geometry. Learning using teaching aids from Adib Muzaki et al. 2021. Game-based learning and training will motivate and inspire students to learn more easily and quickly, as well as teaching students when answering questions with good time management. Kamarul Azmi 2011. Teachers seem more comfortable in using 2 types of teaching aids, namely handouts and modules and textbook, as well as 4 types of secondary teaching aids, namely computer and LCD, margin paper, reference books, and pictures. Siti Aminah 2018 stated in her study that the explanation of the topic will be easier when using videos and animation that are more realistic than merely a description. Teaching time can be saved and the timeline of the syllabus can be followed accordingly. Teachers also thought that using multimedia-based teaching aids will increase efficiency and professionalism as they were confident when they could use the teaching tools proficiently. Omar 2014, who stated that some teachers were still not interested in the use of multimedia-based teaching aids in their R&D, considering each teacher has different attitude and values towards the practice done in teaching and learning process. As such, There were teachers who were still not open to future changes, making them unprepared when using the teaching aids. Noor Azimah 2019 developed a complete set of algebra story kit as an aid in mathematics teaching and learning. According to the study, the ASK set served as a facilitator to help teachers, lecturers, students, and parents in presenting and easily understand the basic contents of algebra. Vivin Apriyani 2022 stated in his study that the learning outcomes of students using GeoGebra applications were better than those using conventional learning methods. Norzilla 2020 studies, students were less interested in learning mathematics, especially involving algebra, because the learning techniques are unexciting. Therefore, this study was related to making a fun, interactive, and highly informative teaching learning using the algebra tiles. The result of the study proved that algebra tiles had huge potential in providing a positive effect on knowledge, understanding, skills, and student achievement in learning mathematics, especially for students who are at moderate and weak levels. Swami Omar 2017 illustrated that the use of teaching aids is vitality assisted teachers in the teaching and learning process. The implication of the study revealed that teaching aids did not only benefit teachers, they also made a high impact on students. Nora Zilawati 2018 conducted a study on the use of teaching aids, namely STEM comics, 1 year for science and mathematics subject. The study found that this comic piqued the Form 1 students' interest and improved their achievement. So for learning mathematics, Azizi Yahya 2010, the problem of the effectiveness of mathematics learning among secondary school students received widespread attention from the Ministry of Education Malaysia as well as the community of educators and educational researchers. Therefore, the understanding of concepts in mathematics learning is very crucial in the learning process. Noratika 2020, the role-playing method is a form of active teaching and learning suitable for 21st century learning. The result of the study provide ideas to mathematics teachers to diversify activities during mathematics learning for more interesting and effective teaching learning. Voon 2021, mathematics is considered a major subject from primary school to higher education in Malaysia. Learning mathematics demands students to understand a concept firmly and comprehensively. The constructivism approach in the teaching and learning of mathematics could increase students' interest and attitude toward learning. For learning mathematics, Norsakina 2019 study showed that the achievement of mathematics and science during UPSR MPT3 declined from 2014 to 2016. The findings, Mullis, Martin and Foy 2016, Thames 2015, Thames 2011 and Thames 2007 reflect the performance of students in the subject of mathematics is acquiring the level of basic knowledge of mathematics was still low compared to internationally set benchmark. EO 2019, teachers need to diversify the methods in the process of teaching and learning mathematics to achieve students' well-being and meet the national education aspirations. Nashra 2015, mathematics educators need to play a convincing role in meeting the challenges of the 21st century. The selection of appropriate mathematics teaching and learning strategies can significantly maximize students' learning, thus attracting their interest in learning the subject. Teachers are encouraged to use strategies that actively involve students to produce effective teaching and learning. In the field of measurement and geometry, the achievement of geometry in mathematics of primary school in Malaysia is less satisfactory compared to primary school students in Asia Pacific countries. In the trend International Mathematics and Science Study teams, which involve Form 2 Grade 8 students in 150 schools who were selected at random in 1999, 2003, 2007, and 2011. The team's 2011 report showed a decrease in Malaysia performance in terms of position for mathematics subjects, namely 16, 10, 20, and 26, with a decrease in average marks of 79 points for mathematics subject, which is 519, 408, 474, and 2440. Assessment of mark below 500 is considered a poor performance. Malaysia's unsatisfactory performance shows that these students lack the ability to think and reason at a higher level. This situation also occurs in students of developed countries such as the US, China, Netherlands, and Singapore, which also showed low levels of achievement in geometry based on TIMSS 2007. Findings in the field of measurement and geometry, Khalil et al. 2018. Students' understandings of geometry depends on their active participation in the well-designed activities, lesson objectives, study context, involvement in discussion rather than memorization, all leading to gradual improvement. Faisal Nizam, 2017 study, Geometry learning allows students to solve problems and apply them in real-world situations. Learning about geometry concepts and mastering geometry problem-solving skills are important in mathematics education. Relating the environment to geometry will develop geometry knowledge and skills, spatial visualization skills or spatial sense, as well as problem-solving abilities. Shariza 2019 identified students' understandings had errors in constructing angles for the topic of Form 1's geometry construction. Students have problems in the construction of corners and were unable to label them correctly. Wu Yuan 2019. An understanding of geometry allows them to describe the shape of objects such as point, line, curve, angles, parallel, circles, equal squares, or rectangle, which are highly relevant to everyday life. In the conclusion, a learning approach using teaching aids for the field of measurement and geometry is necessary to assist students in improving their understanding and interest. It can also boost the level of confident achievement. This approach encompasses 21st century teaching skills that involve communication, collaboration, creativity, criticism, and values. The main thrust of the learning approach using teaching aids is to apply interactive and abstract elements so that learning can be more comprehensive. To ensure that the learning approach using teaching aids for the field of measurement and geometry is maintained, the aspect of accessibility, professional development, and learning support evidence of effectiveness, access to materials, and scalability must be addressed in the future. So this is my recommendation. To expand the limitation of the study, researchers can continue with other fields or change the study proportion by not focusing on Form 2 students, re-evaluate and develop the theories, frameworks or models encountered in the study, and lastly, construct the same research in the new context. So this is my references. Okay, thank you. That's all from me.